Hello and welcome to the Rage-adin. I'm just showing you the gear that he's been starting with. Occult Mace +4, Crest Shield +4, Mask of the Child, Giant Armor +4, Giant Gauntlets +3, Giant Leggings, not upgraded for a reason, Fap Ring, and the Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. Now, I haven't actually equipped the helmet because it gives stats. I've equipped it because I don't have my Paladin helm yet. So here's the first fight. I'm up against a katana wielder who is just pretty much going for backstabs. You'll find that a lot in the forest. It's kind of what happens. You don't really have a choice in the forest. You're going to get invaded, and that's kind of why I'm here. The Rage-adin is not finished leveling. He's grinding off the poor backs of these forest hunters, pretty much luring them out and crushing them with his mace and his pain. Now this guy keeps going for the backstab, so I'm just like, no, you know what? I'm not letting that happen. A little rage bow, and going on to the next target. I got a few 2-on-1s in the forest this time, but most of them I walked away. There's a taunt. Tell him he's going down. You know, it's kind of one of those things in the forest. I'm rocking Karmic Justice with this character for the simple fact that no one really uses it, and it's incredibly hilarious when it works. The Crest Shield is possibly the best shield for magic damage reduction at 80%. It's the one thing that prevents the Rage-adin from really getting overworked. There we had a circle and a backstab. It's always good to counter that shit because, you know what? Some people just can't play without it. So, moving on to an invader in the forest, I was like, wow, an invader, a red soul, that's neat. Karmic Justice to start it off with the Rage-adin. And let's see what he can do. Yes, this is where I found out that Replenishment and Karmic Justice cannot be used together. I was very sad because it was part of my original plan with the Rage-adin. See, he's smart. He's doing the counter backstab. But overall, you're fighting the Rage-adin and you don't want to go blow for blow with him. Yes, he doesn't have his full health yet, but you know what? He's really scary. I thought he was running off to do something, so I didn't attack. Turns out that he was just trying to get better positioning, and then he got maced in the toes and died. Rage bow, moving on. At this point I was like, replenishment doesn't work, so I changed it for one of the spells in the list of what I planned, which is Force, which you'll see later. I believe this one is against another caster. Yes, this is the same caster as before that I counter-strafed and killed. And Rage-adin don't care about your spells. There goes the Karmic Justice, 286 through the shield. That's why I love that spell. If you want to decide that you want to hit with a lot of spells at once, he'll blow up in your face and deal damage. The important thing about the Rage-adin is he has to stay close. So this guy's a bit afraid of the Rage-adin, as you should be. But that's how it works, and a lot of people don't realize that the mace has a nice leftward swing on that, and if you keep strafing around the shield side, which is what a lot of people do to try and go for the backstab, it's actually going to hit you more often than not. This guy's just panicking. No one really keeps coming towards you in Dark Souls. They're supposed to back off and come in for an attack, but the Rage-adin, he don't care. He's just going to keep coming. He's just going to keep coming after you, and he's going to keep swinging that mace and keep using his spells, and that's pretty much that. Unfortunately, I did get a little bit cocky. Me, cocky? Never! And I completely screwed up there, got a backstab. Still alive, but I should have went for a swing just to finish him off, because he thought I was dead. I just blocked through, and the chipping damage finished me off. So, note to me, don't get cocky. It was a fun fight. I had him outplayed until he went for the backstab. Here's one of those fights where I got surprised myself. I'm like, hey, it's a fog ring wearer. That's kind of rare. Karmic Justice. It looks like he's wearing a really big axe. I'm just gonna come near. Oh shit, not that. And I'm dead. Really wasn't expecting him to do that, and he gets off with a taunt. But as you'll see, he shouldn't have, because sooner or later the Rage-adin finds you and steals your sin. I'm sorry, I should do it in the right voice. Steals your sin. So anyhow, moving on, this gentleman decides that he wants to take me on. I'm like, yeah, right. Rage-adin, power ready. See a little phantom in the top right there? I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to deal with you one at a time. Oh, hey, it's this guy again. Oh, look, he's got the golem axe. Oh, there's his big axe. Oh, look at that. Don't care. Swing and a miss. Block. Oh, hey, my shield can take that. I decide, you know what? He's going to keep doing that. I'm going to have fun with him. Alright. Circle. Wrath of the Gods. It does decent damage. I'm like, okay, good. Oh, look, he's going to do that again. Kick. Swing. And here he comes with it. And rush through it. And hit him in the face with mace. Back off, block. Rush through it. And blow him up with Wrath of the Gods. If you use the same tactic, you will get countered. That's how it works. So, I'm not going to taunt. The guy probably had a strategy to win, but that wasn't it. Dragon Slayer Spear coming up. He decides that he's going to win this one, and, well, I don't have my emit force, and I didn't have my force yet for this fight, so yeah, he does actually come off with a win, but I'm going to explain what I did wrong here. Mainly, I didn't press the advantage, and that's something that you have to learn what to do in Dark Souls. If you don't press the advantage when you have it, you're going to get yourself slowly chipped away to death. See, one hit of my mace brought him down to that. I should have just come coming towards him and swinging. He's smart enough to stay at his maximum range, so I try and get close, but not close enough for Wrath of the Gods. My Dark Hand's not good, so I tried to decide, well, I'm going to try and go for when he's actually swinging. If we trade blows, we're both going to die at this point, so I'm trying to get him with a miss spear stab. And I go for a stupid jump. Stupid move, my part, deserved to die. Good job to the spear wielder. Rage-adin decides that he's going to slowly walk after the guy in the distance who's avoiding him. I believe this is the same invader as before. At some point I'll be kind of annoyed that this guy's deciding to stay back, so I'm going to speed it up. But it's very intimidating to have someone like the Rage-adin just slowly walking towards you. Karmic Justice up. Got a great sword wielder coming in with a gargoyle helm. Not exactly sure what his plan was in this fight. I just pretty much smash him to death with mace. Don't put your shield down. If you're going to try and turtle right. Here's where I start using force to just make him back off with the shield. Breaks the stamina so well. Means you can get in a few good hits. I thought he'd go for a third swing. He seemed to be doing that. So Wrath of the Gods. He's like, hey, wait a second, that wasn't force. Oh god. The chipping damage adds up with this build. It's actually really, really, really strong when you think about it. 25 through the shield. So here we go. He's just backing off and turtling. I'm not exactly sure what he's waiting for. Probably a backstab, as usual. So I just keep going up, kicking him. There's his miss. Hit him in the shield. Chase him again. Still wondering what he's doing. You can't just win by turtling, dude. It doesn't work that way. Karmic Justice back on. And here he uses a humanity. Well, all bets are off. You just screwed yourself out of an honorable fight. So, do. Hit you in the face, and kill you with a backstab. Don't use humanity when you fight me. I will just hunt you down, and I will crush you with a mace, with a sword, or with anything else I've got at my disposal. Like Wrath of the Gods. Yeah. Don't do that. Just don't. Don't do it. It's bad. We move on to the next fight. The next fight, I believe, is a 2-on-1. Oh, I didn't know it. So it starts off with Mystery and Melmoth here, and I'm like, oh hey, how's it going? Gonna give you the bow. Rage-adin is nice and respectful. Power up. Comes towards me. He's like, I'm gonna burn you. I'm like, no. The nice thing about the Crest Shield is the defense values are actually really, really sweet for a shield that can't go to plus 15. Now, here's the part where I was like, hey, wait a second. Now, you are going to realize that this happens in the forest more often than not. You're going to be having a fight, and you're going to suddenly be 2-on-1, and the other guy who you're fighting with is going to decide that honor ain't a big thing, they just want the points. So the natural thing to do is to go after one of them and take care of them. Luckily, this guy's backstabs aren't from consoles, dealing more than my health and damage, but they're still quite annoying, so I decide I'm going to pop a healing. Yum yum. This guy decides I'm going to stab you again, but I'm too fast for the circle backstab, so I just start pummeling him with the mace. And this guy's still firing in the background. As you can see, the Crest Shield absorbed most of that blow. Thank you, 80% magic reduction. Getting kind of tired of him, so I'm going to use some Wrath of the Gods, charge this guy, hit him with the mace. And I'm going to take this guy out in the next few seconds. I was worried that the guy was coming up behind me, so I used another Wrath. Always got to be ready for someone to just backstab you. Uses a heal in the distance, you know, basic thing going on. 2v1, no more honor. It's pretty much all on the table and just bring it forward. Tries to circle me, counter the circle, chase him off, tries to burn me in the back, keep moving. Always keep moving in these fights. This guy gets cocky, tries to do it, and gets taken out with a backstab. Suddenly, it's a 1v1. Now this opponent gets a lag backstab, so it doesn't count. Haha. This opponent decides, you know what? I don't like 1v1. 1v1 is way too difficult for him because I am part of the forest group. Gets hit with the Wrath of the Gods, and you'll notice that right here, he's going to take off. Just bye. Now, I had to cut some of the footage because it was a good minute and a half of me waiting for him. So, I've cut to where I caught up to. Here I go. Catching up to him. He's running away, trying to roll. I've already been invaded, by the way. It wasn't shown, but someone else has come in on the fight. And at one point, I'm like, oh, it's the Ghost Knight. I'm just going to go this way. Now, you're going to notice arrows going by me. I thought this was Ferris firing those arrows. I was incorrect. This was actually the player trying to get my attention. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to fight the ghosts. I know I've been invaded. I'm just going to go back to my spot. And I will find the opponent. Here we go. Do. Walking. Turn around. Oh, Jesus. There he is. Ow, I got shot by an arrow. So I decide, okay, I'll just move towards you. It's not really going to do much to my shield. Thank you for the shields. Shields are great. Hit him with the mace. And I'm wondering, you know, how many people here are going to be using damn katanas? Well, truth of the matter is, Dark Soul Forest, you're going to get more than 50% of these people actually using the katanas. Be it the washing pole, which is the personal favorite of the forest group, or the Daishu, I believe it's called. So I just mace him in the face, drop down, give him a little Rage-adin bow, and that's pretty much the fight right there. Now, I really don't mind the forest. I mean, I go there for fighting a whole bunch of reasons. And, oh, yes, the helmet. I know people are going to be complaining that I was wearing the Mask of the Child helmet, but that's more because I didn't have my helmet. The Rage-adin build is not finished. It is not complete, and the helmet I was wearing was just there as a placeholder. So this is just to show that the helmet isn't required for this. And I'll get back to the fight now. So this guy, his tactic is just circle. Circle, backstab, circle, backstab, circle, backstab. The nice thing about the mace, as you'll have seen right there, is that it has a wider than shown attack. It will actually go out a bit more to the left than it shows, which is always a good thing because it prevents circle backstab like this. Now we begin what I like to call the failure fights. These were funny little fights that I don't know how I'm supposed to describe them because no one would believe me if I explained it to them. So we got an arrow shot. Rage-adin just slowly walking towards him, saying, I don't care. And this guy apparently didn't realize he was at the edge of a cliff. So, bye. Thanks for the souls, I guess. And here we go again. This guy's like, oh, I'm totally going to kill you. I'm totally going to just stab you in the face. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... Whoa! Rage-adin looks up. No one's there. Where the hell did he go? What the hell was that? This last fight, however, I have to give my props to the guy who invaded me. I forget his name. I think it's in the video. But he invades me, and he runs up, and he's right there with the fog ring, and he's a decent fighter. He decides that he's going to try and go for a bit of a, you know, edge-of-the-world fight. So I give him the bow. He gives me a bow. He starts running towards me. Turn on Karmic Justice. God, I love that spell. Start walking towards him. He's going to cast. I don't care. Thank you, Crest Shield. He realizes, okay, this guy might be a little more difficult than the normal mooks I fight in the forest, so he's going to go near the cliff. With his gargoyle helm and his straight sword and his little Crest Shield. Grass Crest Shield, that is. And he's trying to circle around me, but I keep countering his circle. So eventually he's going to try and just do it. Here comes right now, and I'm going to get him with the backstab. And you'll notice he's got a sliver of health. I back off because I don't like chain backstabs. Here's the part where I love. He knows he's beat. He turns around, gives me the proper bow. I give him a kneel. We both know how this is going to end. except he decides that his life is in his own hands. Well, thanks for joining me. That's all for today.